Okay, how's it going, everybody? So, today we're going to read some more Benedicto Spinoza from 1662, some of the earliest of materialist philosophy. So, let's go ahead and get into this if we can. Let's sit back here. I try to get into some of this early philosophy as well because it's important to understand, where our current school of thought comes from. So let's go ahead. I've read the introduction on here before. We're going to go ahead and read, of the true and final good. And then we might also read certain rules of life. Because these are kind of shorter chapters, and so I might read them together and just throw their titles together in the title of the YouTube video. So let's go ahead. This is of the true and final good. I will here only briefly state that. Wait 1 second. I will herein only briefly state what I mean by true good, and also what is the nature of the highest good. In order that this may be rightly understood, we must bear in mind that the terms good and evil are only applied relatively, so that the same thing may be called both good and bad according to the relations in view, in the same way as it may be called perfect or imperfect. Nothing regarded in its own nature can be called perfect or imperfect, especially when we are aware that all things which come to pass according to the eternal order and fixed laws of nature. However, human weakness cannot attain to this order in its own thoughts. But meanwhile, man conceives a human character much more stable than his own mind, and sees that there is no reason why he should not himself acquire such a character. Thus, he is led to seek for means which will bring him to this pitch of perfection, and calls everything which will serve as such means a true good. The chief good is that he should arrive, together with other individuals if possible, at the possession of the aforesaid character. What that character is, we shall show in due time, namely, that it is the knowledge of the union existing, being the mind and the whole of nature. This, then, is the end for which I strive, to attain to such a character myself, and to endeavor that many should attain to it with me. In other words, it is part of my happiness to lend a helping hand, that many others may understand even as I do, so that their understanding and desire may entirely agree with my own. In order to bring this about, it is necessary to understand as much of nature as will enable us to attain to the aforesaid character, and also to form a social order such as is most conducive to the attainment of this character by the greatest number, with the least difficulty and danger. We must seek the assistance of moral philosophy and the theory of education further, as health is no insignificant means for attaining our end. We must also include the whole science of medicine, and as many difficult things are by contrivance rendered easy, and we can in this way gain much time and convenience. The science of mechanics must in no way be despised. But before all things, a means must be devised for improving the understanding and purifying it, as far as may be at the outset, so that it may apprehend things without error and in the best possible way. Thus, it is apparent to everyone that I wish to direct all science to one end and aim, so that we may attain to the supreme human perfection which we have named, and therefore whatsoever in the sciences does not serve to promote our object will have to be rejected as useless. To sum up the matter in a word, all our actions and thoughts must be directed to this one end. Okay, and this is the certain rules of life. Yet as it is necessary that while we are endeavoring to attain our purpose and bring the understanding into the right path, we should carry on our life, we are compelled first of all to lay down certain rules of life as provisionally good, to wit the following. To speak in a manner intelligible to the multitude, and to comply with every general custom that does not hinder the attainment of our purpose. For we can gain from the multitude no small advantages, provided that we strive to accommodate ourselves to its understanding as far as possible. Moreover, we shall in this way gain a friendly audience for the reception of the truth. 2. To indulge ourselves with pleasure only insofar as they are necessary for preserving health. 3. Lastly, to endeavor to obtain only sufficient money or other commodities to enable us to preserve our life and health, and to follow such general customs as are consistent with our purpose. Having laid down these preliminary rules, I will betake myself to the first and most important task, namely, the amendment of the understanding, and the rendering it capable of understanding things in the manner necessary for attaining our end. In order to bring this about, the natural order demands that I should here recapitulate all the modes of perception, which I have hitherto employed for affirming or denying anything with certainty, so that I may choose the best, and at the same time begin to know my own powers, and the nature which I wish to perfect. Okay, yeah. So that was two different chapters here. That was of the true and final good, and certain rules of life. So thank y'all for tuning in. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, or not TikTok, but Tumblr, Medium. All of these are Marxist saw. Y'all can hit me up there. Follow me there, and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and thank y'all. Y'all have a great day. This was Benedicto Spinoza, of the True and Final Good and Certain Rules of Life, released in 1662. So thank y'all. Y'all have a great day, and Dadagoy.